Hello and welcome to another Sunday with Ezshwan. Cynthia Hamilton speaking, and of course the artist and my mom, Ezshwan Winding, is with us. Today I chose 18 paintings from a series of 50, correct? 50 faces?
Yes.
And these are acrylic on board?
No, it's oil.
Oil on board.
Mm-hmm.
About 10 inches by 10 inches a piece, correct?
Yes.
So again, these paintings are from a series called 50 Faces. To state the obvious, you made 50 of them?
Yes, indeed.
And could you tell us a little bit about how you went about choosing which face and the images?
Yes, I decided what I love best, I think, in the art world is painting faces. I've been fascinated with them since I was a child. I love faces. And I put out on social media a request for people to send me their photos. I asked them to not be smiling, to be very clear, be very face forward. And then from them, and I received a lot, from them I chose the ones that inspired me to paint this series. Some I couldn't use, the photographs were not appropriate or too small. So I just chose what I wanted, and then there was no responsibility for them to buy any of them. I was doing this for myself. Some people did buy some, they liked them for themselves, but this was my project.
I know a dear friend of mine bought hers and she uses it for her Facebook profile.
Yes.
Is I think the most artistic Facebook profile I have seen.
Several people have done that.
Wow. The looseness of the strokes.
I wanted to keep it very fresh, so I would work on 3 or 4 at a time. I didn't want to get too detailed. I used some fantasy colors in some of them, and I did not draw before I started. I just started painting on the black gesso. And I found when I was posting, people were more interested in the process than actually the finished painting.
And didn't you produce a book on this process and the series?
Yes, I did, and it's called 50 Faces.
So this is the book that highlights all 50 portraits, correct?
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And in this, could you share with us?
Yes, because this is what I was told. People were most interested in the beginning, how I did not draw. And the stages, obviously there were more than 2 stages to get to this last stage. But so in the book, I was suggested, put in the beginnings how you start and where you end up.
Yeah, the process. It's so generous of you to share this. This is one of my favorites.
And this is one of the reasons I didn't want to draw. I wanted to keep each brush stroke fresh and loose.
Another one of my favorites.
Yeah. This went to her father on his 50th birthday. And I like this one too. This one was done very rapidly.
It's very spontaneous.
Very spontaneous. Mm-hmm.
Boy, you've captured everyone in their own uniqueness so beautifully.
As I said, I've always been fascinated with faces. Almost didn't make it into 6th grade because I spent so much time drawing my classmates' faces.
It's paid off.
Well, yeah, I had to really work to make up to get out of 5th grade and get on to 6th. And you can see the beginning and the end.
What most impresses me about the finals are these little splashes of blue.
And I used a lot of these, what I call fantasy colors that aren't really skin tones, in the underpinnings, particularly the little pieces of it, which show through the finished painting.
Another personal favorite of mine from this series. This was a Mexican man who was drinking beer outside with his buddies. I walked by and I asked permission to take a photograph. I just thought his face had so much life and character. And my mom agreed. She painted him. And many months later, I saw him on the street and I was so excited to show him the finished product. And he just shrugged.
That's typical. But doesn't he look happy?